catching cheaters, and proud of it.
Ow, I'm sorry.
It's your home for War of the Roses on Mojo in the Morning.
Hey, Samantha.
Yes.
Usually when a woman is on with us, she does not want her boyfriend or husband to send the flowers to another person. They're hoping that their boyfriend doesn't do that. You're a little different.
Yes.
You're hoping that he sends them to another person?
Yes, I do.
And why?
I'm really ready to end this relationship, and it's complicated because it would just make it a lot easier for me to end the relationship, basically.
So do you think he's cheating on you?
I've heard a couple things from his friends that make me think it's a possibility. So I'm really not sure, but I think he might be.
So then why don't you just break up with him if you want out of this?
I mean, when I read your email, I was like, you want to end it, end it. Like, what do you need us for?
Well, I'm really close with his family, and we now share a ton of mutual friends that are really important to me, and I know that if I just broke up with him, he's really good at turning things around, and I feel like he would turn it around in a way that would paint me as the bad guy, and I feel like it would ruin a lot of my friendships.
So when we call him up to see where he's going to send a dozen free roses, you're hoping that he says another girl's name and sends them to another girl, because this will be your way to finally end the relationship and then prove to everybody that our friends or family that he's not the great guy that he tries to play that he is.
Exactly.
Okay.
You do know, though, that regardless of who he sends them to, you have to explain why you wanted to do War of the Roses in the first place.
Actually, Mojo, I was going to ask you if he does send the flowers to somebody else, can I just hang up? Because I really don't want to deal with it. That'll give me a clear answer, and I'll know the truth, and I can move forward without drama.
But don't you want to confront him so that everybody hears? Then he can't back out of it and give you an excuse later. Like he has to know you're on the phone listening.
Oh, well, I mean, he will after the fact, and I'm also going to know the girl's name. So,
but at some point, you have to face it, Samantha. At some point, you're going to have to face him and talk to him about it.
Here's what I would say. I would say that we make the call. Let's see who he sends the flowers to. If he does send them to somebody else, I think you need to stay on the phone just to be able to be with us when we confront him. Otherwise, it's going to make us look like we're in the wrong, okay?
Okay.
All right.
But I'm just going to tell him that we're going to talk about it later.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. You don't have to get into it.
Okay. Let's make a phone call. Let's just make the phone call and see what happens. We're calling up Samantha's boyfriend, and we're going to see where he sends a dozen free roses.
Hello.
Hi, is this Brandon?
It is, yeah.
Hey, Brandon, my name's Nicole. I'm calling from a new internet floral company called rosesbloom.com with a free flower offer for you if you can answer 2 quick survey questions for me. You have about 20 seconds to do that?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Have you purchased flowers in the last 6 months, Brandon?
Yeah, from a grocery store once, yeah.
Okay. And do you plan on purchasing flowers in the next 6 months?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, that was it. It was easy. And as a thank you, like I said, for participating in that quick rosesbloom.com survey, we are authorized to provide you with a dozen long-stemmed red roses. And here's how this works. I'm going to get the name and the number of the person that you want to send these flowers to. We're going to text them basically like a coupon to their cell phone so that they can go on our website and pick out a delivery date and all of that good stuff. Okay?
Huh. Okay. Dude, are you going to ask them for payment information? Or
No. We're just going to say that we'll put your name on it, that you are, sending them a dozen long-stemmed red roses, and they can just decide when they want them delivered.
Okay.
Okay? Did you have somebody in mind that you want to send some flowers to?
Yeah.
Okay, again, it's a dozen long-stemmed red roses.
Okay.
Okay, and what's
That's
that person's name?
Paige.
Okay. And before I get her telephone number and her last name, Did you want me to include your name in a short message with this text coupon, or did you just want me to sign your name?
Not my name, but you could put, from your BFBF.
BF?
Yeah, BFBF. From your BFBF.
Okay, what does that stand for?
Best buddy forever.
Okay. And then what's Paige's last name? Okay. And her phone number?
248.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm going to come on the phone just to give you all the legal stuff. We have to do that. She's going to go to more phone calls. First, I just need to let you know that some portions of this call are recorded for quality assurance. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
Okay, great. I also need to let you know that we will send out the text to Paige at the number that you just gave, so we will do that later today.
Okay.
And before we do that, I just wanted to let you know that there are some people that listen into this phone call, and one of them actually is on the phone with us right now, and that is your girlfriend, Samantha, who just heard you send flowers to another girl.
Is this a joke?
This is not a joke, Brandon. This is the Mojo in the Morning Show.
Samantha's listening right now. So you have any explanation on to who the Paige is?
BF.
I mean,
BF.
you can't get much more clear than that.
Samantha, you got your wish.
Can I have a copy of that now?
Yes, we'll get you a copy of that. We'll send that to you. Why? What do you want to do with that?
I just want to have it as proof. So if anybody doesn't believe me, he's a very convincing person.
You mean like his family and you guys as friends?
Yep.
So what is
Exactly.
it that your prediction is that he's the type of person that's now, instead of trying to call you, he's trying to call everybody else to make you look like the bad person?
Probably. Yeah.
All right, hang on, okay?
Okay.
Mojo in the Morning. Amber wants to be voice disguised. Hi, Amber.
Hi, I know exactly how Samantha feels.
Okay, why did you have a guy cheat on you, and did you want proof of him cheating on you?
Yeah, so I had this like super weird feeling that my husband was cheating on me. I asked him about it, and he denied it, of course. But I knew without a doubt he was cheating, so I set up a camera in my room, and I wanted proof before I brought it to him again, and he just shot me down. So I wanted the proof.
Did you get proof? Were you able to see on the camera that he was cheating?
Oh yeah, I got the proof.
Really?
He was bringing a girl back to your house, to your bedroom.
Yeah, I work overnight, so he was able to basically since I wasn't home.
Wow. And so
That's
when
still
you
unbelievable.
saw him in whoever this person was having sex, you brought the video evidence with you and showed it to him?
Yeah, I brought the video evidence, and I said, "You lied. Like, I want a divorce."
Wow. And you had a feeling that this was going on and didn't say anything to him, but you wanted the actual evidence because of a similar reason to with Samantha's? You were afraid that people were going to look at you and think you were nuts?
Yeah, he's the same reason. Like, he's super convincing, very charming. Nobody would have suspected it at all.
Yeah, I could see where that would probably be the case because I know that we have had in, a lot of the situations with War of the Roses, somebody call us up and say, yeah, I brought it up to him and he kept telling me I'm nuts and my friends and family all think that I'm just being paranoid and he's a great guy. I mean, he would never do this.
Exactly. So I wanted the proof.
Who was the person? Who was the person that he was cheating with?
One of my neighbors down the road.
Yeah. And they were coming in while you were working the overnight shift.
Yep.
That is brutal. I don't know how you watch something like that. Like, I couldn't imagine watching that.
Neither.
It wasn't easy, and I saw a lot of red when it was happening, but I still knew it was happening regardless.
Yeah.
I just needed the proof.
It wasn't a surprise at that point.
No, not at all.
I appreciate your phone call. I appreciate you telling us, about this story, because if it's bad, when somebody calls up and says, I hope my guy is cheating on me. And one of the reasons is Rob's comment here. Rob, what is your comment?
Mojo Shannon is spite. She is with somebody else. She don't want to look stupid.
You think that she's cheating, and that's why she wants him to be cheating.
Right.
I got to be honest. I was waiting for this call. It's usually the first thing guys do is say, well, then she must be doing something too.
Right.
Yeah.
But we have no proof of that. Nothing other than your own sensibilities of writing a script in your head.
Who wants their boyfriend to cheat?
Well, how about somebody who's with a guy who's the perfect guy that nobody would believe was cheating?
Exactly. I'm telling you. No. She with somebody else. I'm telling you. She wants too much proof. Send that to me so I can show his family and our friends that he's the bad guy. You can do that without y'all.
All right. I want you to do us a favor. I want you to tell us what you think about what Rob's saying here. Let me see what our listeners have to say about that, Rob, if they agree or disagree with you.
Call us.
844-MOJO Live.
844-665-6548. This is Mojo in the Morning.
Mojo in the morning. Brandon, what's going on? It's Mojo in the morning. This is not Brandon from the War of the Roses, though. What's up? Hi, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
I listen to these every morning, and I try to pick, like, who's innocent. And I picked a guy, and I thought that Samantha, with her demeanor, I thought she was being really selfish, wanting to just pick any reason to dump him and keep all of his friends. And I was honestly upset with you guys, too, because it sounded like you guys were trying to get out of it. And I thought that if he was going to be innocent, he'd be upset with you guys for helping her. But then when the BFBF came out, my jaw dropped when he said Paige, and I felt like I almost owe Samantha an apology because I was, like, calling her pathetic and stuff like that. But yeah. I think that she needs proof to show everyone. I think that it's just a narcissistic circle. And, you know, I didn't want to do it. It's toxic.
I told Ellen,
like, don't do it. You guys are not.
I said to Ellen, I go, Ellen, this is a non-War of the Roses. This is dumb. This is stupid. And she's like, no. She goes, we should do it. And her biggest reason was she wanted to help out Samantha. But then she also brought up to me, which I thought was interesting, is that we never have ever had this before. Like, we've never had a situation where a person wanted their significant other, their boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, to be cheating.
Yeah, I thought that he was going to send them to her and she was going to hang up and then he was going to be upset with you guys.
And then listeners would be upset with us because it was boring.
Yeah, he's clearly narcissistic. But honestly, if she needs proof, everybody knows a narcissist. And if she needs proof to show all of her friends and family that she got the green light out, it seems like she might be a little guilty of something too, even if she's not cheating. But if they're just a toxic, narcissistic, blaming relationship, then you know, she doesn't need proof. If he did it, and you know.
So here, I'm going to pull something here that I had a third grade teacher used to always say all the time. So what did we learn here?
You're asking me?
Yeah. What did we learn here, Brandon?
Well, I learned not to judge people too quick.
Brandon, no. Brandon, what we learned here is never doubt our producer, Ellen. That's what we learned. All right.
Exactly.
Next call. All right, we'll talk to you later. Let's go to D on line number 2 next. Hi, D.
D?
Hello.
Hey, it's you.
Hi.
D. That's you. Is your name D, or are we calling you by your initial because you're nervous to have your name on?
We're just calling me by my initial.
Gotcha.
I'm very
what's going on?
Talking. So I used to be in a very toxic relationship, kind of the same. And after everything went down, she ended up cheating on me with a bunch of different people. I got proof because she tried to spin the story that I was the one who was cheating and toxic and everything. So I completely agree with I think her name was Sam to get proof that the guy was basically a scumbag. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. Yeah, and I like that I like guys that are sensitive guys that are, you know, compassionate to a situation here, like you and that prior caller, Brandon. But thank you for calling up and saying that, D. I appreciate you for saying that.
No problem. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I love your show.
All right, take care. I love you too.
Love you too.
Melissa, what's happening? It's Mojo in the morning.
Hi, Mojo. So here's the thing. I was in a similar situation, and it's like you need an excuse to get out because they're so manipulative that they end up making you look like you're the crazy one in front of everybody. I dealt with it for so long, and I knew he was cheating, but I never had the proof. And anytime I told like his friends about it or my friends about it, everyone's like, "Well, he's so sweet and he's such a great guy. There's no way he'll ever do this." That he made to everybody else, he looked like he was picture perfect. He could charm his way out of anything. So finally, when I got the proof, it's like, well, now that I have the proof, I don't have everyone making me feel like I'm crazy, along with him gaslighting me to everybody else.
Right.
A couple of weeks ago, we did a War of the Roses where, that guy, there was a classic case of gaslighting. And what we've learned is that they should have college courses on gaslighting because some of these people are like so amazing at it.
Yeah, we found a few of the professors here that could teach that course.
and this guy Brandon might be one of them too. So yeah, this is a War of the Roses where if you're in a bad situation right now with somebody that is always trying to make you look like you're crazy or the bad person, you know what? I think what Samantha just did by doing this on the radio is that she stuck up for all of you. Amy, what's happening? It's Mojo in the Morning. Hello.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing as the last girl. I was in a relationship just like this. My ex, my daughter's dad, was the same way. I was just looking for, I was like, God, I wish he would just cheat on me or, give me some excuse to get out of this because he was so manipulative and, like you just said, gaslighting to the maximum and, would totally make me look like the crazy one to everybody around, and
so what happened?
Family. So I ended up just having to break it off, and it was super, super hard. But yeah. So his family, I loved his family, and I was like, I don't want to lose his family, but of course, I'm the crazy one, and all that. And it did end up being that he had been cheating for sure. I didn't find out until later, though. He'd been cheating on me when I was pregnant with our daughter.
Oh, man.
So.
Which is heartbreaking, right?
Yeah, and it makes you feel like you're the crazy one, and then you're like, oh, well, am I? Or is it my fault? So, yeah, I totally get where she was coming from, and I think the guy that called afterwards saying that, oh, well, it's her doing something too, he always would be like, you're cheating on me, super insecure, and then it ended up being the opposite, like you said.
Yeah. Thank you for calling. Thanks for sharing that, and I hope that you're in a much better place right now. I want to get to good. That's awesome. I want to get to Melanie's call because Melanie, you were in similar situations as the prior callers, and Samantha, but you got proof and used that to get out. What happened?
Yeah, so when I was actually in my relationship, his family, his little sisters were the one to tell me that he was the one cheating on me. So I kind of I went up to him and I was like, can I see your phone? And he gave it to me and I started going through his phone, which was dumb of him. And then I found the proof that he was cheating and I showed it to him. And I was like, look, you're literally talking to another woman. And he's like, no, I'm not. He would literally deny it to the end of it, proof right in front of his face. I could have had a photo and he would have denied it to the end of the world to this day. So no, Brandon was full of it. Just because a woman asks for proof, it means that a man will literally go out of his way to say that it's not true, even if she has all the proof in the world. So sometimes we need it just so that we don't feel crazy.
Yeah. By the way, a lot of people are calling up and saying that women do the same thing too. So there's a lot of people that have been screwed over on the other end, but I think men are probably better experts at this than women are at it.
I think it's very telling that a lot of the women who called in were the ones getting cheated on, and the men were the ones calling saying, nah, they're probably just lying.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for the call. 616 has a great text. It says, Mojo asked what we learned. The real lesson should be that you don't need an excuse to break up with someone. If you aren't happy, that's reason enough. And that is so true. And then the other one, some people want to know about the what did BF mean? Too dirty for the air, basically, to say. All right.